Welcome to another episode of Down the Barrel Podcast with Jimmy and Dino.
And sometimes Jared.
Down the Barrel Podcast is brought to you by the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association
and wolf.report. Wolf.report, a platform dedicated to elevating the voices of Minnesota hunters, trappers, and outdoor enthusiasts. Join us in advocating for responsible wolf management in Minnesota. Share your reports, photos, and stories, and together we will ensure that they are seen by all.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association, protecting the future of deer and deer hunting through habitat, education, advocacy, and legislation. 2024 firearms opener.
Boom.
What do you think?
Anybody kill anything?
I didn't.
Negative.
No,
Anybody
me neither.
see anything?
Yeah, I saw a few small bucks.
Yep.
I should say we did because we were out together.
Yeah. What did we see? Fork and a spike?
And a sixer.
Yeah, that's right. There was a 6 that
Yeah,
night.
you said that small 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to get shot, that one.
Oh man, that guy was dumb. With a capital D.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was looking for something and he didn't find it, but
Yeah,
he almost found the wrong side of the bullet.
I had to tell him, do not keep walking towards me.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I usually don't have that kind of self-control, but since my son got a deer this year, I have meat in the freezer, and
yeah,
somehow I managed not to take him.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I only hunted opening morning with you guys and then spent the rest of the weekend with family and you know, taking care of some stuff. So
Right.
I'm looking forward to getting out this coming weekend.
Yeah.
Hoping they'll still be out moving. And
I'm hoping for some cooler temps.
Yeah, the weather was a little bit warm. Sunday morning. Well, no, Saturday morning.
Saturday
I guess
was nice.
It was nice in the morning. It was cool. But then Saturday night, Sunday morning is a little rainy and kind of gloomy.
Kind of warm.
Yeah, and
Warm.
it was definitely wet. So thank God for the ground blind, or box blind, I should say.
yeah.
That was nice because I think sitting in a regular stand,
It would have been kind of miserable.
yeah, I don't know. And I knew a lot of people that didn't go out just because it was, I mean, sitting after an hour, you would have been just soaking wet and freezing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've all done it, but I choose not to anymore.
Right.
you
Well,
know.
I know just on my drive opening morning to Jimmy's place, it's what, 15, 20 miles, something like that.
Probably, yeah, for sure. Easy 15, if not 20.
Yeah. And I passed probably, mostly public land, past probably 5-6 deer camps. So
Yeah.
people were out.
Oh, yeah.
And the deer were moving that morning.
Yeah. Saturday morning, I pass on my road. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 deer camps. On my road, and they were all up and moving, and there was vehicles. I think when I head east, everybody heads west, and I counted 15 vehicles before I hit the city limits.
Yeah.
Everybody headed west, and 4-wheelers and everything. And then, but it was funny, Sunday morning, there wasn't a single deer camp that was up and moving. When I went in town, I think I counted 3 vehicles before it hit city limits. But I did see in my backyard, I should just stayed home, 6 point. A nice 6 run through, and he stood there as my lights hit him, like just taunting me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And the deer camps on my road, I could see a couple bucks hanging, but didn't sound like there's too many shots. And we didn't hear a whole lot of shots Saturday.
No, we did
5.
not. You heard
5.
more than we did, didn't you, Jared?
Yeah. I heard quite a few
Yeah.
Saturday morning. But I wasn't in the super insulated box blind.
Right.
You guys couldn't even hear me messing around trying to get the little Mr. Buddy heater.
Right. No,
They absorb quite a bit of sound. We tested that one year because we were so afraid that, even moving your feet, moving your chair, and we were standing 10 feet, 20 feet out, you can't hear anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I heard probably, I would guess around 15 shots that morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I ended up going up to Dad's place up by Togo on Monday, and there was deer camps up there that haven't been there in the last 5 years. I mean, it was looking good. It was almost, not quite, but almost like it used to be. Deer camps every couple miles alongside the road, not in the logging cutting.
Well, that's good to hear because everything I hear, deer camps are dying.
Right.
Which I'm sure there are certain areas, or and it's just
Traditions die sometimes.
people aging out.
Mm-hmm.
Some people not getting their kids involved.
You gotta
as what
pass
they
it
used to
down.
be. Yeah. So I mean, it's just
Yeah. Well, we all know license sales are trending down recently.
Yes.
It was encouraging to see that this year is right around the same as last year. With all the rhetoric around boycotting the deer season and all of that, it was good to see that really hasn't worked.
Yeah, didn't seem to be anyways.
Right.
You mean the hunting organizations that are telling people not to hunt?
Well, I don't know if there's any actual hunting organizations that are saying that.
That's might be the truth.
Even if they're not saying don't hunt, they're not encouraging people to hunt.
And these are hunting organizations?
Well,
they say they're hunting organizations.
Actually, I don't know if it says hunting. I think it's just an organization.
Yeah.
Hunting might be
it's a group, if you ask me.
Group, a club.
A club.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't, I don't think they're classified as hunting because I've never.
You can't be classified as hunting when you're telling people not to hunt.
Well, and I've never heard of them do anything for hunting.
No, pretty much a one issue kind of group.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
And I would say half-ass at that.
Oh, definitely.
But that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Which you're entitled to.
Which I am entitled to.
Exactly. That's the great thing.
Right.
Yeah. But I did see Saturday, I did see more hunters on the road, and everybody getting out there was good to see.
Yeah.
And up north where, supposedly all the wolves are, there was a lot of hunting camps, and my reports from up there, from the people that have been hunting up there for 40, 50, 60 years is about normal. You never did see a lot of deer up there, but they saw some deer.
Yeah.
And we passed on 3-4 bucks in a doe.
Yep.
So, and we have wolves on camera.
Oh, we have a wolf and a coyote on camera, say
a couple times a week.
1:30 in the morning.
Yep.
And then at 2:45, there's a doe and a yearling coming through. And then at 3:00, there's a buck coming through. So we have them on the same cameras within the same area within an hour of each other. It doesn't seem to matter.
Well, that's the thing. If there's no deer there, the wolves aren't going to be there.
Correct.
They'd have no business being there if there was no source of food.
Yep. I read
it
a few
wouldn't last
accounts.
long if that was the case.
Yeah, I read a few accounts where people were saying that. It's like, well, you do realize that if there were no deer, there would be no wolves. So if you have wolves, you've got deer.
Right.
Maybe not as many as what you would like to see or what you think, but there's a food source.
Yeah.
So
and not to say that the wolves are not impacting our deer herd.
And not to say that we shouldn't manage the wolves, because we absolutely need to, but it's not that simple.
It's not the apocalyptic scenario that a lot of people like to paint.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. And so Monday, I came in the morning and drove by a local processor, SNS, and hides box half full, I would say, but no deer outside. And this was 7:45 in the morning.
You talking live deer or?
No, dead deer.
Oh, dead deer.
Yeah. And I don't even think they were open
I didn't know
yet.
if you were hunting, road hunting, or
no.
what you were doing.
Driving by. Yeah.
I'm just going to road hunt outside the meat processor and just shoot those bucks that are already dead in the back of the truck.
Right. And just grab them and go.
Right.
But that evening, when I drove by, hides box overflowing, and there had to be 30 plus deer stacked up outside waiting to be, processed and everything. Sunday afternoon, very few hides outside. There's a few in the corner, but no deer sitting outside,
right.
So I don't know if, maybe Sunday there was a lot killed.
I don't think so. I think most deer were probably killed Saturday or Monday morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard a lot more on Monday, and we know of a few hunters that were successful Monday morning.
Yeah.
So
Sunday's always tough. There's a lot competing with people.
There's football games.
Exactly. Football games, church.
And you're hungover from Saturday. I get it.
Yeah, I think all the camps, like I said, on my road, I think they were all hungover because it started raining that night, and they just go, yeah, I'm not going out.
Right.
They saw deer on Saturday morning, and they were telling stories, and one thing leads to the next, and
Yep.
everybody's got a headache, so they sleep in.
Exactly.
Except for
Nothing
us,
wrong
we
with
were
it.
solid hardcore hunters.
There you
We
go.
were there. We
I
were there
was
Sunday
not.
morning. I did
You were
not
there
hunt
Saturday. You were Saturday morning.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hunt Sunday afternoon, but
Right. Well,
I had
you're
other
moving,
stuff.
so you got an
Yeah.
excuse.
right.
Mhm.
So
I did.
You
right?
did.
Did I? I don't think I did.
No, you didn't hunt Sunday afternoon.
I didn't either.
You hunted Monday afternoon.
Right. What did I
Yeah.
do Sunday afternoon?
I don't know.
Football game?
That could be
That might have been what I
house
did.
stuff.
Oh, I had to work on my furnace.
Yeah, sometimes that
There you go.
Yep.
comes into play.
I was doing man
I hope
stuff.
it wasn't the football game because it wasn't much of a game.
No, 12-7 or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Pretty sad. No
Could not find
touchdowns.
the end zone.
Mhm.
So upcoming weekend, you guys
Yes.
hunting?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sure I will, but it's looking like the following Monday and Tuesday are getting a chance of snow. So I'm thinking
Really?
Monday and Tuesday might be even better than Saturday and Sunday.
That could be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping for Saturday.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hunt, but
Yeah, I'd like to even sneak out maybe Friday or take off a little bit early and see if I can run out back. And
there you go.
Right.
there's a couple nice bucks out there.
We have had
You
some
know.
nice ones moving through there.
Yeah.
Well, we have pictures on camera of nice bucks, and that's kind of what we're waiting for is one of
Right.
those ones to walk out. But it's like, at what point do we even? We gotta let those young ones grow, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather wait on some of the young ones until, even last weekend and be like, okay,
Or
do
even
I
just-
want another.
I mean,
do
it depends
I
if you need some venison.
Right.
Right. Which I do. I'm getting
You
pretty
do?
low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got a target buck down in your neck
I
of the
do.
woods.
Yeah. Down at the cabin out by Brainerd Pillager area. Yeah, we've got a nice big body 10 point on camera.
Is that the one your dad showed us a picture of?
It is.
Same
Yes. Yeah. Very nice buck.
His picture was better than yours, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well,
What is that? Is
He's
that-
been hanging around, so that's my goal for this weekend.
Wasn't he hunting all this week?
He is, yes.
So there's a good chance your deer might not be there come this weekend.
That's a very, very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I keep trying to send my dad project ideas. Like, hey, maybe we should, winter's coming, maybe tune up the ATVs and stuff.
Right.
So I'm trying to keep him busy and
Right.
less time in the stand so that it's still there for me.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Right.
But yeah, I have 3 tags currently
Okay.
because down there I can get a buck and a bonus antlerless tag.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So I've got
yeah.
both of those down there, and then I have the disease management tag up here.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm hoping to get a nice doe up here. Is my goal.
Yeah.
There's some nice does out there.
Yeah.
I only saw one this weekend, which is weird. It was more bucks than does for us.
Yeah. And that is, different. I mean, normally we just see doe after doe.
Doe,
I mean,
doe.
5 in a row or, 2 big does and then all their yearlings,
Yep.
and whatnot. And then a spike
Right.
here and there. And this year, yeah, it's just, it was different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
But maybe it's a good outlook because a couple days before opener, we had a nice buck, a nice 8.
Yeah, that was a nice. That was
Yeah.
definitely a deer I would take.
And then there's a few different bucks on some other cameras. So, I mean, they're there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and obviously, and just from around, and I had another hunter tell me, it's like, yeah, it seems like they didn't see a ton of deer, just some small ones, kind of like we did, but everybody around them got 8 and 10 pointers.
Really.
And it's
Yeah.
like, no way. But it seems like, Facebook, looking at some stuff, it's like, there was a lot of nice deer taken. Of course, there typically is, but I don't know. This year it seems like a lot of larger.
Well, I think
Deer
there
taken.
may be more people in the woods. At least that's what it seems in, 679 and 169 where I was.
Yep.
Seemed to be more people in the woods this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about, but it sure seemed that way.
Yeah.
And people are seeing deer.
That's what I've been seeing too. I mean, there's been reports, obviously people seeing wolves, seeing coyotes,
Right.
but for the majority, even those that are seeing, predators, they're seeing deer. I know there's a gentleman, I want to say around the Park Rapids area that had stated, yep, I saw a pack of wolves, but I've seen more deer than I've seen in the last 4 years.
Which that kind of makes sense though, because if there's a pack of wolves, they're hunting something.
Yep,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
They know there's something in that area.
Yep.
Where I've heard reports probably split. I saw a deer. We didn't see deer, but I haven't heard much about wolves yet. I know a buddy of mine I went to school with, he had a group of 5 hunters in his camp, and they didn't see anything. But I think it's because they're lousy hunters, honestly.
They're the ones that are still in the tent nursing the headaches.
God, I hope so.
Do they hunt by me?
No, they don't. They hunt out. I won't say where they hunt because I want to identify them. They're business owners.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
But looking at and I couldn't find any harvest numbers from opening weekend last year, and I know we kind of scoured the internet looking at stuff. But as of today, granted this is preliminary deer harvest numbers from the DNR on their website, it shows 89,615.
Right.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that's better than last year.
I do think
and
that's
that's
slightly
not
up.
based on anything other than my weak memory.
I would concur with that. I'm thinking last year, in my head, I got 73 to 76,000 on that Monday or Tuesday.
I was going to say 74, so I think we're right on track there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought I took a picture of it last year. Couldn't find it on my phone, so obviously I didn't. But
and obviously that's going to vary from area to area.
oh yeah,
This is just statewide.
Right.
yep. Yeah, I read a comment to where 200s seem to do really well this year.
200 was
Which 200
most of the deer this year.
200 always does extremely well.
Which makes sense.
But then there were some other areas that's like, wow, that's actually pretty decent.
Pretty okay.
So I currently live in 172. It was almost 1,000 deer.
What about 679? I think 679 was pretty good, but I mean, they got a lot of tags there.
679 was, 910.
Right.
So, granted, this obviously
And that's a CWD zone.
counts everything,
Right.
Up to this point. But, I was really surprised. So, in certain areas, it's like, well, that's not bad.
Jared, you're in the 679 area still up there, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I'm right on the border there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, even 169,
right.
400. I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think last year,
Oh, yeah. I think anything out of 169 is pretty dang good, honestly. I grew up on that. And
where did it go? What did I do with it? 169. Let me look at last year.
this is total from last year.
Total. So don't quote me on everything.
Well, I think we can
Just
quote
the
you because
numbers.
you're looking at the
I'm
numbers
looking
from
at the
DNR.
numbers. Let me make sure I got the right numbers. Okay, total harvest. So this shows everything
for the entire season.
for the entire season. So 169 was at 940.
Wow, that surprises me.
What did I say it was? 400?
400 something for the first weekend.
Yeah, for the first weekend.
Yeah.
For the most part. So
Yeah, we still got a lot of archery. Well, 2 more weeks of firearms.
Yeah.
A lot of archery and muzzleloader.
What are typically the statistics for opening weekend? Like 70% of the harvest is opening weekend?
Probably.
Is what I remember. For
Which
sure
is-
50, but I want to say it's closer to 70.
I always get my deer in muzzleloader season or later.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it's like opening weekend and then the last weekend.
Right.
That second weekend, it's pretty hit and miss. Or the first 4 days, honestly, till Wednesday, till tomorrow.
Right.
And then it kind of dies off until last weekend.
Yeah, and I was kind of interested to see if that trend would hold this year, being that we started a week late.
Right.
Right.
Which, to be honest, when I found out that was happening, I was a little disappointed. We all hate change. And I was born on November 4th. I always loved having like openers.
Oh, I suppose.
That was my birthday present. So I was a little disappointed about it, but I'm kind of intrigued by it at the same time. And I'm hopeful that maybe that pushes firearms a little bit more into the rut and we get a bit more activity. We get a little bit more of those colder temps.
That's what I'm hoping for, is cold, because right now 40 degrees is not cold
It's
enough.
not.
No.
It's not.
I want highs in the 30s.
There's still, all of our cameras show that they're traveling a lot at night.
Right.
Which they will do when it's warmer out.
Right.
So
Did you guys see the moon last night? Speaking of that?
it was gorgeous.
I know. I woke
the
up in the
moon
middle of the night and I
today?
was like, what is that? I was thinking, am I seeing a spaceship? I didn't know what it was.
It was the moon.
It was definitely the moon. It was really low and bright.
Yeah.
And it's big. It's
Yeah.
like really close right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So
was
they're
probably
moving it.
changing diapers or something.
Yeah, you were definitely awake changing. I should have called you.
Honestly, even driving over here, I could see the moon in the sky. It's like, wow, if I look to the west, I'm just blinded by the sun, but you look to the east, and the moon was really big already. I was like, that is just nuts.
Yeah.
So
Something's wrong with the Matrix.
Maybe.
That probably tells me that the last weekend will be a good weekend.
Yeah, and I haven't looked at what is that, Solinar hunting calendar. I haven't looked at that yet.
As it gets less and less, they'll move more and more during the day.
Right. Right.
So this weekend is still going to be pretty big.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. But we'll see. I'm going to try to get out that last weekend too if I don't
absolutely.
get anything this weekend.
Yeah.
I'll be hunting throughout to the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, my priorities coming into this season were archery.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
mine too.
So I'm going to keep going hard at that. And then, muzzleloader is always kind of that nice bonus season.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, I would rather get one with my bow or even my crossbow.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather do that. I mean, the rifle, I mean, that's cool, but I'd rather get one archery.
Yeah, that's the thing for me is firearm season always seems more like a harvest.
Right.
Whereas archery and even muzzleloader is more of it's a hunt.
Yeah.
You got to work for it.
Yep.
And being that most of my big game hunting has been out west, I'm still not entirely sold on the sitting and hunting, you know?
Yeah.
Like I love the challenge of a spot and stock hunt.
Yep.
And I feel like with archery and muzzleloader, there's a bit more of that. You got to really work for it.
Right.
Not to say you don't have to work for your firearms deer as well.
Right.
But it's different, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
For sure. I still love it though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm still doing it.
I absolutely won't miss it for the world.
I think people have forgotten that it's hunting, you know, and it's not just
killing
and getting. Just
You're not going to get a deer every year.
Exactly. Yeah. I think people forget that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or they take it for granted that, hey, I walk out, maybe got lucky a few years. And in your area, you walk out by 8:30, even 8 o'clock, you got a buck down. Great. Happy. That's awesome.
Yep.
It's not going to happen every year.
Right. Well, that was my season last year. Opening morning, I think we were 30 minutes into legal shooting light and my buck was down.
Yeah. Oh, the year my son was
Somebody
born,
hit it with a truck or
a buddy shot it and let me take a picture with it.
Right.
Yeah, I heard that about you.
Yeah. Oh, the year my son was born, I had a buck down before 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just probably 10 minutes after shooting light and walked out. He wasn't nothing big, but I knew that my son's going to be born here soon. I need to get this done so that way I can, otherwise I'm not going to be able to hunt. So I got lucky and he came out, boom. That's the earliest I ever tagged out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was exactly not having kids born last year, but pretty much exactly what happened to me last year was I checked my phone to see how close I was to shooting light. Had a text from my wife, kids are sick. I need you home as soon as you can. And I was like, well, my hunt strategy just changed. If it's brown, it's down. I waited until shooting light. This buck, little forkhorn came wandering in. It was a big bodied forkhorn, but came wandering in. And I was like, just wait until he got to that perfect position. Shot him, gutted him, threw him in the truck, and I ran home.
And with
that's
that,
life.
Right. And with that, and with, you're saying rifle or firearm season more of a harvest. That is true. With archery, I've always been very selective.
Yes.
Because it's such a long season.
Yep.
And then I kind of get to the point where, okay, if I don't see anything or I let small stuff go, rifle season will be here. If I really want to just get something, if I want venison, then I'll just take whatever I see because it's easier. But if I don't, then I'm back in archery mode. And then it's being picky. Being very selective as I'm only going to get anything above a 6.
Exactly. My firearms tag, that's my freezer filler tag. That's my plan B. If I just need to get the meat, I've always got that.
I'm not picky.
You've been somewhat picky with archery.
Well, no.
Oh. Maybe you just miss them, and so that makes you picky.
I just get them. I go, and I hate to say it because everybody gets on you for being the meat hunter, but that's what I was. That's what I am.
That's what Minnesota. That's what northern Minnesota is.
Right.
And, I mean, I think so. That's the way I see it.
And who doesn't want a trophy? I get it. I've paid for hunts out of state and went for trophies, but when I'm hunting out behind the house, I'm thinking about my freezer. I'm thinking about that venison sausage and the jerky. That's
that's why my target is a doe.
Right.
Here. I want just a big doe, fill the freezer, and then I can spend my time during archery, muzzleloader, be a little more selective.
I was told I couldn't get any more mounts, but I'm going for the big deer this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll find room. I'll put it in my office.
There you go. Or just swap out a smaller one at your house.
Right. Yeah.
Get rid of those fork horns you have mounted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but they serve a purpose. I put my hat on it.
Right. Yeah. I need to get a mount. I don't have a mount.
Right. That's why I really.
So if you see that big one, I want you to go shoo. Go over by Jim. Okay.
Go by Jim. He's over there. Go away.
A true friend would do that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll try.
Yeah. I bet you will.
But yeah, so I don't know. DNR numbers, they seem
positive for, I think, considering everything. We know everything's in decline, and we're working on figuring out why.
Yeah,
I'm optimistic that we've seen this trend of harvest and hunter numbers, dropping consistently over the years. So I'm holding out hope that at least this year we stay flat. And then we can.
Well, I think staying flat is a win.
Staying flat's right a win now? At this point.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then we can start, through habitat work, through a lot of the R3 work, getting new hunters out there.
Right.
Yeah. We can start inching that number back up to what we all want it to be.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you just got to stop the free fall at some point.
Yes. Yeah, because I was looking at the harvest numbers from last year, and I know we went over this way early. Where'd it go? There we go. Definitely harvest numbers, since they were back up in 2020, and then a decline since then. But also that year there was more licenses sold too, because it took a dip in 2019 that I noticed, and then back up in 2020. Well, we all know everybody was out in the woods that year.
Yeah, absolutely.
COVID year.
Yes.
So everybody was out. And then it, slowly declined, which we could see. So, I mean, I don't know, this year maybe back up a little bit.
Right.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. And I think people just need to remember what deer hunting is about. It's more than just getting your deer.
Right.
In northern Minnesota anyway.
Yep.
It's camaraderie, going out, having fun, telling those stories, hanging out with your buds, your friends, your family, and enjoying it.
Yep. You tell stories.
It's not about getting mad about what you're doing, what you're not seeing, or what you are seeing.
Yeah. I mean, just think about the stories you tell about deer camp. Maybe 1% of that story is the actual harvesting of an animal. The rest is the whatever Jimmy got up to around the fire.
Right. Making fun of your buddies, right?
Or, yeah. The fact that Dean woke up in a puddle of vomit.
Right. Again.
Who's got the scent killer? Because this one's going to take a while.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. You got to find yourself a good old fashioned deer camp and join it.
There
have
you go.
fun.
Exactly. They comes back around. It's a circle, and like you said, so many years, you haven't seen the deer camps that you've seen up north. And then this year, all of a sudden they're kind of back.
Yeah. I always used to gauge at deer camp by 3 deer camps in particular, right off of Highway 65. It was like clockwork. I knew when they were going to be there. When I was younger, I drive by. Oh, they're back up. They're up. And they were gone the last few years, which worried me. Mm-hmm. They're back this year.
Yeah.
Which was surprising to see. And, it was great to see. And maybe there was just some age gap there. I don't know.
Could have been. Yeah. And from what I can see, just from reports and even the boxes that I drive by, I don't know, seems to be a decent amount of hides. I had a few reports that say, hey, our box is full. Come get it. Come empty it, put it back out. So, so that's good.
Yeah.
Well,
I just, I had to run down to the cities this past weekend on opening weekend, which was a bummer, but drive to the cities and back. And it's amazing to see even the smallest little towns that you drive through. There's an MDHA hides box.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, started playing a game with my wife. And whoever spotted the hides box first got a point. I won because I kind of have the insider knowledge of where they're placed. But
Yeah, you can find it on the website.
right.
Yeah.
Although there was one even up by Dad's house, there's one, and I should have drove up and seen how it was
Yeah.
up at the junction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's one up there. Itasca's got one up there.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. And we've got some billboards up.
Yeah. Which route did you take?
I took just 169.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 We didn't put one there.
No.
No.
On other two roads we could, but
Yeah.
Is there one on 65?
okay. Other two roads.
No. The main one.
371.35.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
We will have one on 169 coming up, though.
We will. Yes, we will.
Right. Just south of Grand Rapids. Right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And another thing that happened just before opener, the ENRTF passed.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because
77%.
It's great news. Great news all around. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like we were with 77% of Minnesotans.
Yeah. And, I've done a number of interviews on this now, and I keep saying the same line, but I'm going to say it here too.
Do it.
It's so encouraging to me that the last time the NRTF passed, it passed with 77% of Minnesotans' votes.
Yeah.
Passed this year, 77%. And you look at 25 years ago to today and how much the political landscape has changed and how much more this country is divided.
Right.
And it's just so great to know that Minnesotans have stayed true to our roots in the outdoors, and we prioritize the outdoors and conserving the heritage of hunting and conservation for the next generation. And we proved it at the polls, and that's amazing and very encouraging.
I went through a lot of the counties and the numbers just to see, checked out a few counties. There wasn't a single county that didn't pass it by at least. I think the lowest was like 54%.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
That's the lowest I saw too.
Yep. Otherwise, everything was
60
on average 60 plus. Yeah.
Yeah. There were a couple obviously 77%. There were a couple up in the 70s,
Yeah.
Oh, I seen some in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it's amazing how much we care about our natural environment and want to ensure that we take care of it into the future.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And I was impressed by some of the counties and certain districts and everything that with certain representatives that they passed well over 54%. So that's a positive. It's a win for everybody, in the conservation world. So.
Absolutely. It's a win for our kids.
Yes.
That's what I look at it as.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm so proud that MDHA was able to be a part of that coalition and to help get out the vote and to get the right information out there for folks to make an informed choice on the ballot.
Yeah. Now we don't have to do it again for another 25 years.
Right.
That's right.
Wasn't there something coming up?
Yeah. So the legacy amendment will be coming up next year.
I want to say, next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll be pushing to vote yes on that as well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, more details to come on that one.
Right.
As more details get
You'll definitely hear about it because we'll push it pretty hard.
for sure. Speaking of pushing things, sweepstakes.
Yes, our sweepstakes is in full swing right now.
Yeah.
If you want to win a brand new Polaris Ranger, fully equipped by Kolpin Outdoors with a flow trailer, visit our website, mndeerhunters.com. Get your entries.
Yeah.
You have a great chance of taking that thing home.
Great chance. I mean, this and the whole package is just awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Over $25,000.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And huge shout out to Ray's Sport and Cycle, Polaris, Kolpin Outdoors, Flow Trailers, Flow International. Yeah. They set us up with a pretty sweet package here.
Right.
And I am very jealous of whoever gets to take
I know,
that
me too. I want it so bad.
It's going to be tough if, or when we give it away, if we have to deliver it, if they come and get it, it's going to be a tough day to give away the keys.
I know.
Right. Maybe they'll let us take it for one last ride.
I know. I mean, all we've really got to do is drive it on and off the trailer.
Yeah,
but
right.
Pretty much.
You have to drive it through the Excel Center.
That's
yeah,
true.
you did. You've got more miles on than anybody.
Yep.
Yeah, this is probably one of very few Polaris side-by-sides that have ever ridden on an elevator
Yes.
in the Excel Energy Center.
For a wild game.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. I mean, that was a cool experience. I had not been to a wild game yet. So that was really
fun.
neat.
It was a good one to be at.
And
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
the orange hat night was awesome to look out in the stands and see all those orange hats.
Mhm.
I mean, that just spoke volumes, and everybody was so nice.
Yeah, well, the Canadians were there, so of course they were nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Minnesota, the
Yeah,
Wild fans, they were nice. Yeah.
They were very nice up until Boldy scored that overtime winner. Then
The Canadians got a
they
little
kind of
rotten.
turned.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah,
it was
that
a hoot.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and this thing is badged MDHA.
Yes.
I mean, it's one of a kind. The trailer is, the side by side is.
Yeah.
This is the one you want to win.
Yeah. Don't skip on it.
Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate.
Get your entries now.
Yep. Definitely do that.
Going until March, but
Yeah.
we'll be giving it away in March after the Deer and Turkey Classic.
Yes. So we will be at, well, the machine won't be at Duluth, but we'll be still offering.
You'll see the
stuff there.
banners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
We'll
you
be
can still
advertising
enter there.
And we're hoping we can get the machine down at Shakopee at the Deer and Turkey Classic.
Yeah.
We should be able to get the machine there. So
Yeah.
that'd be really cool.
And it will be at our state habitat banquet.
Yes. Yep. It'll be there as well. So definitely check that out. And what else, guys?
Have you guys ever heard of Schell's Deer Brand beer?
Oh yeah.
I'm mainly asking my listeners, but I know you two have because we've drank it a lot together.
Yeah.
But if you have a local liquor store and they sell Schell's Deer Brand beer, which is super hard to say, check out and let us know if you see the MDHA logo
Pricing poster.
on the pricing poster.
Yes.
Our logo should be on there because we've been talking to Schell's and we're working together now and we're working up to the whole MDHA.
Official beer sponsor of the MDHA.
Yeah,
We're
it's
working
hard to
towards
say.
it.
Yeah, we're working on that wording, but
Yeah. Hopefully we can get something
you
going.
should try it. It's a classic Minnesota beer
Yes.
from a Minnesota company,
Yeah.
Deer Brand.
Pre-prohibition recipe.
Right. And it's good.
It's a great beer.
It's great
It is
beer.
good. I do enjoy
Go
it.
to your local liquor store. If they don't have it, ask them to get it. Try it. Buy it. Support MDHA. One way or the other, it'll get back to us.
I don't think you'll be disappointed.
I don't think so either. And they do have a light version for, you 6'5" shooters.
That is one thing we haven't tried is the light version of that.
Yeah, I
have we?
should. I think I'll get some of that next time.
Yeah.
Or when Jared goes south, he can get some.
Right.
Because it's not everywhere, especially in northern Minnesota.
Yep.
But if you ask your liquor store, they can get it for you.
Yeah. We're going to try to fix that.
Right.
We're going to try to get it more,
Yeah.
the distribution wider.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll be on the labels soon. We'll
That'd
see.
be cool.
Right.
Yeah.
We're working up to that. We're in talks.
Yeah.
So Schell's Deer Brand beer. They are the makers of premium.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Grain Belt Premium.
Grain Belt. Yeah. I always forget the Grain Belt part.
Yeah.
Premium is premium to me. Which so anyway,
Both great
I
beers.
just had to throw that. They are great beers. And we all know that deer camp needs deer beer. And
Exactly.
the only
Deer brand beer.
real true deer beer is Deer Brand beer.
Deer Brand Beer. Shells.
go.
Exactly.
Say that 3 times.
No doubt. Another thing that, how's Wolf Report over the weekend or over the last 2 weeks? You've been getting some reports.
obviously, Wolf Report over the last 2 weeks is very, very busy.
Yeah.
This is the time of year where we get most of our reports. People got their cameras out, but I've been getting a ton of reports without pictures from, Duluth is a hot spot right now. In town Duluth.
Really?
I've been getting people saying, I seen this. I'm fairly certain it was a wolf, this, that, and other thing. And we always get, right now we're getting a ton of reports. So check out the website, wolf.report, and go to the report and you can see our latest reports.
Yeah.
It's a lot of reports.
I'd heard
Latest
of
sightings.
Sightings. Yeah.
I had heard of a local sighting on, I think it was Monday.
I haven't get that one yet, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So, and I told him, I said, hey, throw it on Wolf Report.
Right.
Because I don't know if we have any in that area, but hopefully it'll be up soon. I think
We have some
do, though.
close,
Yeah.
but not that particular area because I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So hopefully it pops up soon.
Yeah.
But
So check out wolf.report. Make your reports. Let us know where you're seeing wolves because everybody's saying they're seeing wolves.
yeah.
Let us know. Take a picture. Even better.
Right. Yeah.
Prove it.
One thing we haven't done in a while is Meateater Trivia.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been a few months, honestly.
Yeah, it's been it's been some time.
Should we ask a couple questions?
I think we should. Yeah, we should end it. We should close it out with a couple questions.
All right. So are we going to answer them or?
We'll answer the ones up until the last one, which I've got the last one.
You got the last one?
And that'll be our listeners.
All right. So we'll do two that we'll all try to answer.
All right.
And then one listener question.
Yep.
All right.
All right. I can bring us in with that.
All right. Let us hear it.
Let's see. What federal agency creates the duck stamp?
What? ATF. What's the ATF?
Well, at first you would think, stamp, USPS,
right?
But they're not officially federal. So I would say, with that logic and how smart I am, Fish and Game, Wildlife,
U.S.
federal.
Fish and Wildlife.
There you go.
Are you sticking with ATF then, Jimmy?
I'm not smart enough to know what it's truly called. But
I really can't even think of any other federal agency, so I'm going to stick with ATF. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms stamps.
Stamps. That'd be the next thing they regulate.
All right. Well, yes, it is the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
Yeah.
And these aren't like stamps. These are just like, you can get this to help us raise money for.
You can get the real stamp.
You can get the real stamp, but it's not like you can't send a letter with it.
No, they're like commemorative.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can actually.
I don't know, could you send something with it?
I want to say that they actually. They do get turned into stamps, I thought.
I bet my girlfriend Google knows.
I was thinking because you can get your stamp without getting your stamp.
Right.
Because
you can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Funny, you can't triple stamp a double stamp, Earl, or whatever it is.
No, you cannot use a duck stamp for postage.
Damn.
Duck stamps are only valid for hunting migratory waterfowl and are not to be used for general postal purposes.
Right. Okay. And I think you can get your stamp without getting your stamp.
Right.
It's
like I got my duck stamp and didn't get the actual stamp. Yeah.
Yes. Well, and I've got my pheasant.
Yes.
Pheasant stamp.
Yeah, but I didn't actually pay for the stamp itself.
It's just another way for them to fundraise some extra money.
Yeah. Right. It's a great cause.
Well, yeah, because I think they have stamps for trout and walleye and all kinds of stuff.
And they've got great artists that do this work. And, some of those same artists have done our print of the year.
They have the Howland brothers quite a few times.
We should have like a wolf stamp to help with wolf management.
I brought that up recently. Oh, you did? At a deer advisory committee meeting.
And
it was... put in the parking lot of ideas to consider down the road.
Here comes this deer hunter guy again.
Yeah, I mean, at all of those meetings, I'm talking about ways to get rid of that 50 cent for every deer license sold that goes towards wolf management. The burden of wolf management should not fall on the deer hunters.
Right.
So if we could do a wolf stamp or some sort of way to kick in to... Because wolf management needs funding, right?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm just saying that it shouldn't fall on deer hunters and deer hunters alone.
Right.
Yeah. So, a wolf stamp is a great idea, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know how we got on that tangent, but okay. Wolf stamps.
Stamps. Well, you brought it up.
I did?
Yeah. Hey, what's your question?
Oh, my question. I think this is my question. America's 10 biggest Canada moose were all killed in 2 states, which is a funny thing to say.
That's what I was wondering.
Name one of them, because Canada moose in which 2 states?
I'm going, obviously, Minnesota.
That's a good guess.
I mean, I would say, well, see, that's the confusing part.
Manitoba's not a state team.
Right. And obviously... there's got to be moose in Michigan, but are they Canada moose?
It could be Detroit.
Do they swim?
Well, that's the thing with like Alaska. Those aren't.
Those are Yukon.
Those are
Yukon.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know the difference.
I would assume it probably would be Minnesota because we're
basically, I think they call us up there the 11th province or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd go with Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, you're both right. And the other state is Maine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Can you still hunt moose in Maine? Maybe a good reason to visit Maine.
You better
check with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Unlike Minnesota, where you cannot hunt moose anymore unless you're a member of a tribe.
What other states? Alaska, obviously, but I
think Montana you can.
Can you hunt moose in Montana? Are they considered Yukon or Canada? Canada.
I would assume those are Canadian moose because Montana's on the border, but I guess I don't know. Maybe they're a different subspecies.
You can hunt moose in 20 of Maine's 29 wildlife management districts.
Wow. Oh, okay.
I want to hunt me a moose.
It does look like it's a lottery.
Gotcha.
Is that once in a lifetime, does it say?
It does not say.
Maybe it's like our bear hunts where every few years you can get one.
Yeah, preference points, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's cool to know.
Surely you can hunt. What about Washington? They got moose up there.
Well, there's moose everywhere. Well,
Yeah,
I shouldn't say
not
that.
everywhere.
I mean, there's moose in a lot of places, but I think they're protected in a lot of places.
Okay. Just the population numbers.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
like here in Minnesota, where
there's
we've
a
always
lot.
had mooses.
Yeah.
Mooses.
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 Mises.
Mises.
The
You can't hunt
moose.
them.
Yeah. There's a lot in Wyoming. I don't know if you can actually hunt moose in Wyoming.
I don't know either.
Yeah, because some of the moose I seen was in Jackson Hole.
And I've seen him.
Jackson Hole, I seen some moose.
I saw a moose
horseback
in,
ride.
the bighorns.
Yeah.
Was actually.
I think you can hunt them in Montana, but I'm not sure about Wyoming.
Yeah, looks like you can.
In Wyoming?
In Wyoming.
Yep.
Okay. How about Idaho?
Non-residents or just residents?
Both.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at the non-resident fees. It's $2,000 to get a moose tag.
Whoa. Damn.
Oh, here we go. Idaho. Yes, you can hunt moose in Idaho if you apply for a controlled hunt tag. Wow, you must draw a tag. Most tags are drawn lottery system.
So to hunt moose in the United States, it's pretty tough unless you're in Canada, probably, or Alaska.
Yeah. There's like two different things here. So it must be in-state and out-of-state. Looks like in-state in Idaho, $198. Out-of-state, $2,600.
What a jump in pricing.
That's kind of what it looks like to me. What are the chances? So in 2023, a total of 1,256 non-residents applied for a bull moose permit, and 50 were successful in the draw.
Wow.
If you take away the 125 non-resident applicants, 54 low non-residents, wow, 4% draw rate,
Wow.
success rate.
Yeah, you're better off going to Alaska
Yeah, no doubt.
or just drive up to Ontario or something.
Right. I think we should wrap up this segment
Yes.
of sit there while we Google stuff for you.
Exactly. All right. So this is our listeners.
So we're not going to answer this one.
We're not going to.
I'm going to answer it in my mind.
Right.
And you get a free down the barrel hat because we have some now.
Yeah, we'll send you down the barrel hat. So comment on our social media.
Yeah,
on
anywhere. YouTube,
on
Facebook, wherever.
Shoot us an email.
Remind us.
Send us a dove, a letter, whatever.
Right.
Send us a fax, Fox, anything. Here we go. So what animal nearly triggered a nuclear response in 1962 after climbing the fence of an Air Force base in Duluth, Minnesota?
Ooh.
So what animal nearly caused a nuclear response?
Nearly ended the world.
Nearly
In Duluth,
in
Minnesota.
Duluth. Yep.
Obviously a wolf.
Right?
In sheep's clothing.
Right?
Sneaky Russians.
It was the Russians.
It was the
Could have been a
Russians.
Canadian in Duluth, though.
Ooh, it could have been.
You know, there.
Yeah.
I think they were on our side. But anyways. So there you go. Comment on
Subscribe.
like everything we can
post.
see.
Get your sweepstakes entry.
Yes, do not forget to do that. Don't miss it.
Right. You ain't going to get a better chance.
You're not going to get a better sweepstakes.
No.
I've seen a lot of sweepstakes
Fully equipped
out
for
there.
hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
Trailer.
And there's not any like that one.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, where's the money go?
Conservation in Minnesota.
That's right.
Stays here.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Peace out.
Till next time.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association has been building our hunting and conservation legacy over the past 40 plus years through habitat, education, advocacy, and legislation in Minnesota for Minnesota.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association and wolf.report proudly sponsor this podcast. However, please note that the opinions, topics, and guests featured may not necessarily align with the views, beliefs, goals, or mission of our sponsors.